Hello and welcome. I'm Sandra Ray. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an author, speaker, spiritual teacher, and healer. And today we are talking about life purpose. This is a subject that I'm so passionate about, and I just love talking about purpose because I just find it so meaningful, and I love what happens when people I work with tune into their purpose and they start realizing that there's actually more they have to offer, and they start enjoying the fulfillment of living their purpose. So I want to get into this. I want to go through with you what it is, and I want to explain a little bit about purpose. So what I believe is that when it comes to purpose, there's three types of people. So firstly, there's those who know their purpose and who are living it, and they're clear about it, they're using it as their career, they're living it in some way, and they're enjoying the fulfillment that it brings. The second type is people who are aware of and perhaps know what their purpose is, but they have absolutely no idea how to manifest it into something useful, something meaningful, something profitable if they want to make a career out of it. So the second type of person, they know what it is, but they don't know what to do with it. And then there's the third type of person who has no idea of what their purpose is. They may be aware that there's something that they are meant to do, or that they have some gifts that they're meant to use, but they don't really know what. They are mystified by what it could be, and maybe have been searching, maybe have been asking themselves questions, and have come up blank with absolutely no answers. So I'm going to explain to you, if you are the first type of person and you know it and you're doing it, you'll probably get some benefit out of this, but this is really for the latter two types of people. So if you've been wondering what your purpose is, or if you know but you don't really know what to do with it, then this is for you. So the way to tune into your purpose, it's actually really easy, and we make this so complicated. And I'll go through with you in a little while why some people may not be able to tune in, but for most people you should be able to do this. Now, if you can't, don't worry, I'll explain a bit later what you can do. So the way to tune in is to start asking yourself what your deepest heartfelt desire is. Now, you can have many deep desires. You may have a desire to go on a holiday. You may have a desire to get into a relationship, but it's something deep in that, something more meaningful. And I'm going to explain how to know what it is and to get clear about that. So there's two parts to desire. The first part is when you are consuming. So a desire where you want to consume, it could be just to sit and watch TV. You sit and you watch whatever program is on TV. It could be a desire to sit on a beach and do absolutely nothing but soak up the sun. So you're consuming by sitting and soaking up the sun and relaxing. It could be a desire to read a book, something that somebody else has written, and to enjoy the book that has been given to you or that you've bought. So this type of desire is perfectly normal, and it is necessary to fill up your own cup through consuming, through taking a break, going to the beach, watching TV, reading a book, whatever it is you do to relax. You need to do that to fill up your own cup. And when you do that, you re-energize yourself, you feel renewed. Now, it may be that you fill yourself up by socializing, by going and meeting people, and that's also consuming, because you're going and you're enjoying time, spending time with your friends. So whatever way that re-energizes you, that fills you up, you need to do that. Now, a lot of the time we think, well, I just want to go and I want to lie on a beach and I don't want to do anything else. And for some people that's heaven, for some people that's absolute hell. And whatever it is, you think that you could do that forever. You think that you could, if you're a partying person, you think you could party forever. But there comes a point, let's say you're the person who wants to go to the beach. There comes a point where you'll be on that beach and it will be bliss, and it could be after a week, it could be after 2 weeks, it could be after 6 months, that you'll have filled your cup up and you feel renewed, you feel refreshed, and you're going to want to do something else. You may start getting bored, you may start just feeling like, oh, I need to do something else, or you may start feeling like a little bit empty, like there's something unfulfilled, there's something more, and you're thinking, well, what more could there be? Because this is all I want to do. I'm now doing it, so why am I feeling this way? So this often happens when we work at certain jobs. We think, well, I want to get the degree in order to get the job, in order to get the promotion, in order to do this. And there comes a point where you've gotten the promotions, you got the job, you got all the things, but you're still feeling like there's something lacking. You're still feeling like there's something else. And you keep thinking, well, maybe it's more money that I need. Maybe it's another promotion. Maybe it's more responsibility. What is that thing that I need? What am I lacking? So we'll talk about this in a minute, but I want to explain the other type of purpose first. So the first type is where you're consuming. The second type of purpose is where you're creating. So this is, or second type of desire. So this is desire to create something that you enjoy doing. So you could be creating art. You could be creating through singing. You could be creating through dance. You could also be creating through teaching, through writing, through creating a product or giving a service to somebody. You could be a counselor and you're giving a service by creating the advice and the mentorship that the person needs. So when you're creating, it's not about creating something for the sake of it. It's creating something that you love. So be aware of that distinction. Now, most of the time we associate creating with hobbies. So you might have a hobby where, I don't know, you do woodwork or you create something just for the joy of it. So this is the type of desire that I'm talking about, the desire to go and create something, even if nobody sees it, even if you never do anything else with it, it's just for yourself to enjoy creating that thing. So when you realize that desires take on those two forms, there's consuming and there's creating, we realize that your deepest desire, which you think that you might want, that desire to go on the holiday or to get the car or to sit and watch TV or whatever it is, if the first thing that comes to mind is based on consuming, know that that's perfect, that's fine, that's what you need in this moment. But it will come to a point where you will need to give back to others. And that's where the creating part will come in. You've filled your own cup. It's now so full, it's overflowing. And from that overflow, you want to give back to others. So that's where the creating part comes in. And this is the part that so many of us are missing. And when you get that sense of boredom, when you start thinking, well, there's something else, I don't know what it is. And this is why so many people have lives where they have the perfect house, they have the car, they have the family, they have the job, they've gotten the promotions, and they're still like, well, like, what is it? Why am I still wanting something else? Or why do I feel that there's something else and not knowing what it is? And it's because that there's something in you that needs to come out. There's something that you can create, something unique that you can create, that you can share with others, that's going to help others. And when you are doing that, that's when you will feel most fulfilled. And we often think that we'll feel most fulfilled when we're consuming. And society has taught us that that's what we want. That's what we need, through advertising, through products, through the way people and society talks. It's like you need to have the thing in order to be happy. But reality isn't that way. And in reality, it's not the thing that will make you happy. It's the giving of your gifts and talents where the greatest joy will come from. And I think we really need to start teaching that to ourselves, first of all, but also to our children, to make them realize that the joy comes from giving. And if you don't believe that, if you don't believe that that's where your joy lies, when you tune into your purpose, when you tune into the thing that you can create, that you can offer to others. And when you start doing that, the truth of it will be apparent. You will have experienced it, and you will no longer have to think, well, that's not true, because you will know it to be true because you have experienced it. So when you know what that thing is, when you have that clarity, when you can wake up in the morning and say, well, I know what I'm going to do today, I know how I'm going to feel, because I'm going to be sharing the thing that's so important to me and that I know is going to help so many other people as well, that feeling is going to bring you so much joy and so much satisfaction. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and just sit for a moment and tune into what that deepest desire is. And what I also wanted to mention, we'll do this in a minute, but there is another way, because I've talked about consuming and I talked about creating, and they're two separate things usually. But there are desires where you can be doing both at the same time. You can be consuming and creating at the same time. And this is the sweet spot. So when we think about watching TV, you are simply consuming. When you think about lying on a beach, you're consuming. If you're a writer, and if your greatest joy in life is to write, then you're consuming by writing. You're consuming by filling yourself up through the need to write, but you're also creating through writing. If you are a sports fan and you love to play a certain sport, if you love to play that sport, you're consuming, you're enjoying it by playing it, but you're also creating, because you're creating the team that needs to play against the other. So the other team has somebody to play against. The fans of that sport get to watch you, so they get the enjoyment of watching the sport being played, the entertainment of it, and you can be doing both at the same time, consuming and creating. So when you realize that you can do both, you can consume and create, and it's not to say you have to write for the rest of your life and that's all you can do. You can still watch TV, you can still sit on the beach, you can still do all those other things. But if you find that you consume your need to create something by writing, and you're also creating something beneficial that will help people or that people can use as entertainment through your writing, then you know, okay, this is what my purpose is. Now, there's another level to that, because writing, you could write fiction, you could write nonfiction, you can write, so many different genres, and it's tuning into, well, what exactly do I write about? Knowing that you write is one thing, but tuning into what exactly you write about is another. So there's lots of levels to this. And when I was saying you tune into your desires, so say you sit for a moment and you tune into the first thing that comes up. And as I said, if it's consuming, if you want to just take a break, that's fine. Allow yourself to go a level deeper. Allow yourself to just sit and see what else is coming up. It could be that there are hundreds of things coming up for you and there's too many and you feel overwhelmed and you have to whittle it down. Or it could be that you draw a complete blank and there's nothing coming up. To be honest, both are probably equal in that if you've too many things coming up, it can be very confusing and overwhelming. If you've nothing coming up, it can be equally overwhelming and confusing because you don't know where to go and you feel stuck. If you're feeling stuck, it could be that there's like an energy blockage. It could be that there's limiting beliefs that are preventing you from tuning into your purpose and from seeing that with clarity. And if you've too many things that you want to do, if you're like thinking, oh, well, I want to do this and I'd love to do this, and I've just so many things that I can give and create, and where do I start? Then that can be equally frustrating. So don't worry, it's going to get clearer. It's just a matter of putting your intention out into the universe to be of service, to allow the universe to work through you and to open up to what it is you have to offer, because we all have something unique to offer. And If anybody thinks that they don't, then you can just ask yourself, well, if I have nothing unique to offer, am I the same as everybody else I meet? And of course you're not. You're not the same as everybody else you meet, because you are unique. There is nobody else like you. There's nobody else with the same personality, with the same beliefs, with the same looks, with the same body. You are completely unique, and therefore your purpose is completely unique. It may be similar to other people, but it is totally unique to you, and the way that you offer it, the way that you fulfill it, will be unique to you. And the people who will benefit from what you have to offer will resonate with your unique way of doing that thing. So there are hundreds, thousands of people, maybe millions of people out there who are waiting for the thing that you have to offer, which I think is so exciting, because it means that when you start putting that out there, which of course takes courage, when you finally find your purpose, the next step is to start putting it out there and to start offering it to the world, which can be really scary. But if you keep it to yourself, you'll still end up feeling unfulfilled, because you know that this can be of such great value to so many people. So when you want to tune into your desire, maybe you sit and meditate, maybe you sit and journal about it, maybe you go for a walk and that's how you get clarity on it. But if you're not getting clarity, if you need help with it, if you need to tune into that, and you just find that you need somebody to help you to open up to what it is you're here to do, then I am more than happy to help you get that clarity you need, to help you to take the action that you need to take. And if you do want to tune into this, if you do want to get into a place of clarity and to know, have a crystal clear vision of what your purpose is, I'm offering for a limited time a number of sessions to awaken to your purpose. And it's a special one-to-one session with me. And during the session, we'll work together to help you get clear on what that purpose is, to uncover if you do have limiting beliefs, to help you uncover those beliefs that have maybe holding you back and have been limiting you and holding you back from living your purpose and discovering your purpose. And you'll also leave this session feeling renewed, feeling inspired, and ready to start living your purpose and to start feeling the fulfillment that that brings to you. So I'm giving away 3 free sessions, but don't worry, because if the 3 free sessions are already gone by the time you get to booking, there's also a number of discounted sessions that I'm offering. If you do want to get one of the free sessions, the sooner that you apply, the more likely you are to get one of those sessions. So if you're inspired to work with me to discover your purpose, then go to the website to apply. It's sandraray.com/purpose. I'll put a link in the show notes and you'll be able to access it there as well. And we'll work together to start getting that clarity that you want, to start uncovering those limiting beliefs and working through them and allowing you to step into your purpose, because the world needs you. The world needs you to share your gifts, and you need to share your gifts in order to feel that great satisfaction and fulfillment that it brings. And it is my intention that you open up to that and that you enjoy using your unique gifts and talents for the benefit of others and feeling that unbelievable satisfaction that that brings. So I will see you in the sessions. If you are drawn to, if you feel called to going and discovering more, I will see you there. Bye bye.